Hare Krishna. On the week of Radhashtami, here is a very beautiful pastime of Radha and Krishna, which will teach us a very, very essential and very beautiful lesson. Of course, more than the lesson, the pastime itself is so beautiful that it will give us so much joy. Krishna had a very wicked habit. He would tease the gopis and he would do it in very, very wicked ways. That was his way of expressing love. So everyone has different ways of expressing love. Some express it through sarcasm, some express it through wicked acts, some express it through, so many ways of doing pranks, etc. So Krishna had his own wicked way of expressing his love to the gopis and especially to Radharani. There's a particular section in Vrindavan, in Govardhan, which is known as Sankri. Sankri is a very small, thin passage where only one person can walk at a time. So it is so narrow that it is impossible for two people to walk. So if you enter Sankri, you cannot come out. You have to only walk one way. So you cannot turn back because that's the kind of path that is. The gopis of Vrindavan, they would carry their pots and go to the other villages to sell their milk and butter, etc. So while they would be on the Sankri Gaur, Krishna and his friends, they would be waiting. They would exactly wait for the gopis to enter that spot. And once they enter the Sankri Gaur, that is when Krishna and his friends would start rubbing them. Krishna was very expert at aiming stones. And from behind a tree, he would throw stones at the pots. And the pots would break, and all the milk and the curd and the yogurt and the butter would just flow out of those pots. The gopis would be so disturbed. One day, Krishna and his friends did exactly this. They attacked the gopis from all directions, about 5 of Krishna's friends, and all the pots got destroyed. And Krishna and his friends had a great time laughing and looking at the plight of the gopis. Radharani got very upset, and she decided, enough is enough. We are going to take revenge on Krishna and his friends. The next day, Radharani and the gopis, they made a massive plan. They knew that Krishna would come there just a few minutes before their regular time. So what all the gopis did was they came much before Krishna would come. And they came not in 1 or 2 or 10s, they came in thousands. Every single gopi of Vrindavan was called by Radharani to assist her in really taking revenge on Krishna. So thousands of gopis came and they all hid behind different trees around Sankri. And they were hiding at a distance. So when Krishna and his friends came, obviously they had no idea that there were thousands of gopis waiting there in hiding. So Krishna and his friends, as usual, they found their usual hiding spots and they went and hid behind those trees and rocks, waiting for the gopis to come. And instead of the gopis coming from the Sankri Gaur, the regular route where they would be trapped by Krishna and his friends, what happened was they sent 4 or 5 gopis in that regular route. And those 4 or 5 gopis came in that regular route. And then Krishna immediately got into action. He was like trying to throw the stones. And as soon as Krishna got into action, thousands of gopis came from all directions and attacked Krishna. Krishna and his friends got so bewildered looking at the number of gopis. They were totally confused. They had no idea what to do. And seeing the thousands of gopis come from all directions, the friends of Krishna ran away, leaving Krishna alone between these thousands of gopis. Krishna was cornered now. He was surrounded by these thousands of gopis. Radharani was right in the middle. And Krishna was alone. He was really scared. because he had no idea what these gopis were going to do with him. They all were looking at him with angry eyes. Krishna realized the only way left for me is to become submissive. Krishna doesn't know how to become submissive. But in this particular situation, he realized better to become submissive than to fall in trouble. So Krishna folded his hands in front of Radharani and he said, "Sorry, please forgive me. I'll do anything you say." So Krishna just surrendered himself. And Radharani knew now Krishna has no option. So she decided she is going to have fun at the cost of Krishna. Radharani gave Krishna a pair of clothes. And these are not clothes of a boy. These are clothes of a girl. And she told Krishna, "Wear these clothes." Krishna was so embarrassed. He said, "This is girl's clothes. I can't wear." Radharani said, "You have to wear. Nothing doing." And she told him, "You don't have to wear, you shouldn't wear these clothes just ordinarily. You have to wear it opposite." She said, "The cloth that goes on top, you should wear it below. And the cloth that goes below, you should wear it on top." So they made Krishna dress in a very, very embarrassing way. And Krishna had no option but to dress himself like that. And the gopis were all laughing. They're calling Krishna all different names. They're calling him Krishna Gopi. They're calling him Gopal Gopi. They're calling him all kinds of names. And Krishna was feeling so embarrassed by all these gopis troubling him like this. But he knew that he had no option. And then after that, Radharani gave him a pot of milk. She told him to hold the pot of milk on his head. And Krishna was holding the pot of milk dressed as a gopi. And as Krishna was holding this pot of milk, all the gopis simultaneously threw stones and broke that pot. All the milk was falling all over Krishna's body. And then they gave him another pot of yogurt. They made Krishna hold the pot of yogurt on his head. And they all broke it together. And the yogurt fell on Krishna and he was like really, messy. And then they gave him a pot of ghee on his head. And then they broke that pot. All the ghee fell on him. Then they gave him a pot of butter to keep. They broke that pot. That all fell on him. Then they gave him a pot of water to keep on his head. They broke that. And they had so much fun at the cost of Krishna that day. And Krishna was so embarrassed. This particular pastime is considered to be a very, very interesting pastime because probably the only time that Krishna really got trapped like this and got bewildered like this and got ragged like this were the gopis of Vrindavan. Usually Krishna is the one who rags them. But once in a while, the gopis do take revenge. And this is considered to be a very special form of love. For those who are thinking that how is it that Krishna is being treated like this? How can the gopis rag him? How can they do such bad things to him? Please understand, this pastime has a deeper significance. The deeper significance is that though the gopis were ragging him, though the gopis were making him do all kind of strange things, they actually were worshipping him. You know how? They dressed him up first. They dressed him up in the form of a gopi, and that's the first stage of Abhishek. Then they all broke the pots and they actually did Abhishek of Krishna with all different ingredients, with all kinds of juices and with all kinds of ingredients. They actually did Abhishek of Krishna. This is a very different form of worship. Obviously, this is called rasa. Rasa means mellows. Now, the normal way of doing Abhishek gets boring for Krishna sometimes. Sometimes he needs some excitement in even Abhishek. So the gopis know Krishna's heart. They know exactly what he wants. And therefore they designed a pastime in which Krishna can enjoy the rasa of being ragged. So it's not always fun to always rag others or always make fun of others. Sometimes it's also nice to get made fun of also. Just like in any relationship, it is not always that one person makes fun of the other person all the time, and one person, laughs because of the other person all the time. The person also should know how to get laughed at. The person also should know how, how it feels when you are made, when someone makes a prank on you. This is love. If it is only one-sided where you trouble the other person, it's not love. But when you allow the other person to trouble you also, that's when it is love. The Gopis of Vrindavan, they were doing it externally from a point of view of revenge, but internally it was their way of expressing their love. And Krishna loved it, every moment of it. He loved it. He loved the attention the Gopis were giving him. He loved the way they were, ragging him, and he just loved the whole experience. It was such a unique experience for Krishna. Each and every one of us will always want to connect with the Supreme Lord in our own unique ways. And every way to connect with the Lord is accepted by the Lord, and He enjoys it. Because Krishna is very expert in rasa. Usually, we are not very expert in loving rasas. Somebody wants to make fun, we get very angry and upset. There is hasya ras going on from the other side, and we show raudra ras. We show anger, and we show very, very, strange emotions. Now that person is innocently come here to reciprocate with you, to have a loving exchange with you, and we show another, mood only, and it doesn't work. It doesn't gel. But Krishna is Rasaraj, which means he knows exactly what rasa to exhibit to enhance the pastime. The moment the thousands of Gopis came, they didn't have to tell Krishna, Krishna, we want to do a prank with you today. No, immediately Krishna understood, and he started behaving submissive. Because that's the rasa that is needed for that pastime to go to another level. The Gopis were telling him different things. He was doing it very submissively because there he cannot show his godhood. He cannot show what the power that he showed the asuras. That doesn't work in this. There will be a rasa bhas. So Krishna is Rasaraj. He knows exactly which rasa to show to enhance the pastime. Similarly, when we are trying to connect with so many people, so many human beings around us, let us pray to Rasaraj. We understand this idea of rasa, and we reciprocate in a way that enhances the rasa, the relationship between us and people that we're trying to connect with, so that we don't do rasa bhas, we don't destroy the rasa, and we don't make it something else. Relationships are so beautiful when we understand the mood of one another. Krishna is a king of rasas, and therefore, if we take shelter of Rasaraj Krishna, he will help us enhance our own rasas with people that we love and the people that we want to connect with. Most importantly, let us understand the mood of Krishna and give him so much different rasa and give him so much of enjoyment, so that our relationship with Krishna becomes deeper and more satisfying and gives him great pleasure. Thank you very much. Next week is Radhashtami on 11th of September. I would really like to urge all of you to please take shelter of Shubha Radharani, because she is the one that can help us come closer to Krishna. So let us spend this whole week meditating and praying to Shubha Radharani to give us strength, to give us the wisdom, to connect with Krishna in a way that he is pleased with us. And therefore, every session from now onwards till Radhashtami, we'll be doing Gopi Geet, and also we'll be doing one story of Radha and Krishna that helps us understand Radharani's mood and her consciousness. Okay, thank you very much. Hare Krishna.